literally make the world. If you want to change the world, you need to change the stories. Hello and welcome again to the Cutting Chai Stories brought to you by ETH. I'm your host Karina Milani, and today in this episode of ETH Cutting Chai Stories, I bring to you yet another and interesting story today. We have a visionary leader who is a senior vice president IT at Tata AIA Life Insurance, Mr. Rupesh Mehta. Thank you, Rupesh sir, and welcoming you for this session today. We are delighted to have you join us today, and our viewers are waiting to hear from you. So let us dive into the conversation quickly.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's great, sir. So we would like to know about your early background, about your parents, your friends, your siblings, something that you would like to tell us.
Sure. So first of all, it's a great opportunity, and I see it's a cutting chai, but we are not having chai in our hand. Anyways, we can carry on with the conversation. Basically, talking about my early life, yes, I am born and brought up in a joint family, a Gujarati family, living in Ghatkopar for since my birth, and from the early life perspective, uh, good or bad part about that is that we as a family have been very much focused around the education and the career aspects. So that was kind of overshadowing a lot of things in my childhood, and there was continuous focus from the childhood days. I may say that I wanted to become an engineer. That thought process was there from the very early days of my childhood. If I talk about the seventh, eighth standard, prior to that, obviously there was no such clarity, but there was a clear focus that I wanted to become something, which is good position in the society. Yeah. So from childhood days perspective, it was good. I may say that I have spent good times with my friends in school days. Obviously, like any other child, we had a lot of fun in school. One of the good part about those days also was that I used to take a lot of leadership, from those days, and that's something which many of my friends have told me that I used to be self-claimed monitor many times. So that kind of a child I was, because if the people are there in the class, and if teacher wants some help, then I used to be the one who teacher used to be called out. So I was not very jovial or very naughty kind of a child. I was little more focused and little more inclined towards academics from the childhood days. Yeah, that's what it is about.
This shows that you have been very studious and very much interested into your life that back then. So what made you different from other kids in that age, sir?
Nothing. I mean, see, as I mentioned, from a family background perspective, we were obviously, we were more focused on the education. My family, uh, like my mom, she used to give a lot of importance to education, the marks, those kind of things. So that kind of imbibed overall on me and had a lot more, impact on me. That while obviously fun and being a child, you can't do away with that. So that quality always be there. But when it comes to used to exams and those days, I used to be more focused from the beginning, and that is something which came because of, I may say, a responsibility of doing something in life, and that used to overshadow a lot of other things, and take up. That used to become a focus of the life. So that's how that attribute got involved, or had a larger impact on me as compared to rest of the attributes. But yeah, I mean, having said that, I have enjoyed part of the those childhood days. But if I want to categorize myself amongst various childhood days, then I was not the naughtiest guy in the class. I was kind of a studious, I may so say. Yeah, that was.
Great to hear that, sir. And also, sir, any life lessons that you have learned, which is what have been taking you so far and is being there as a life lesson till date with you.
So see, I mean, obviously, as on a when you come out from your life early days, those early days becomes your shaping stone in your career, in your life, and because career is one aspect. The things that I have learned from many of the people of my early days of life, including my mom, my dad, that whatever work that you do, uh, you have to be really focused around on it. You can't be just doing it for the sake of doing it, right? And that is something which is the most important part, which becomes most important in your career aspect also. That from the childhood days, being focused around certain things that you take up, just don't do it for the heck of it, doing it. Be involved into those things. So, like for example, even if you're cooking something, if you're taking up a small task in your home, I have seen people's attribute around that, and there's nothing right or wrong. I mean, there are people who would like to take it more lightly. If it happens, it's fine. If it doesn't happen, it's fine. Uh, the attributes differs from people to people. When it comes to me, I would be the one who would be, wanting to have it 100% focus. If I don't have a focus, I won't do it. So that is the early attributes of the life which has come to me, and which is helping me to take up the things in my hand and be 100% responsible for that. So I am a person who once take up certain things, I ensure that I am the owner of that area, and then I give my 100%. So that's probably the attributes or the quality which I have imbibed through my early life of my career. Yeah.
That's really nice to hear, sir. And also, sir, any other instance from your college days or from the very start of your career, if you would like to, share with us, that has created a positive impact in your life?
So one thing that I have learned from my life is, whatever happens for the day, when you go to your bed, you should be satisfied with yourself. That's the most important. Be it, I mean, so if I talk about early college life, or so I was an engineering student. I did my diploma and then I went into the degree. And like any engineering student, the tough part is, when we complete our diploma. I'm talking about 20 years back. There used to be a centralized admission system, and the diploma guys, when they used to get into the engineering, we get admission directly in the second year of engineering. And by that time, some of the portions of the engineering has already been passed through. So by the time engineering admission process and other things gets over, you are entering into engineering little late as compared to rest of the batch. And there's already a group, there are already people who know each other, and there are some 7-10 people who are like an alien coming from diploma to degree. And then people look at you and they try to look judge you from that perspective. So this were the phases of the life, wherein we were some of the people who got admission or got the admission a little late, and then coping up in the subjects, getting some subjects not working well at the early stage, and then you really need to struggle and come up to the curve. Those were the college life days, and I'm fortunate that I got a admission into KJ Somaya College of Engineering, and I had a very good friend circle. We are all in touch so far. So that's the college days. Coming to the uh, early stage of the career, I may recall one incident, which is first day of my official career, and I happened to had a little bit of argument with my reporting manager, and that was the starting point of my career. Obviously you are a fresher, you are trying to get involved, enter into a professional career. So I took up a career which was my first job, which was as a CMS system, and I was a tutor. So I was taking MCSE, CCNA, this kind of lecture. And on my first lecture, which was more of a demo lecture, my manager was sitting next to me, and he observed me, and then he provided certain feedback, which is quite usual, and there's nothing wrong in that. But I, being a sharp, very ambitious, very enthusiastic guy, I happened to land it into an argument with him that no, my perspective is this. And also, I was also right at my place because I was trying to explain my perspective to him. But imagine the first day of your career and you happen to, lend into an argument, which is a little bit of heated argument with your manager, was not so very great start for me, and I thought that, when I went home, I thought that, I don't know how am I going to adjust into this corporate world, because I have certain different way of thought process. My manager would have a different way of thought process. This is the very first day of my career. and this all thing started. But obviously after that, I started understanding what was his point of view. I started giving respect to that point of view. I started understanding how should I put up my perspective to my reporting manager. That was my early days. And yes, if I may so say, in my first early career of the stages, I happened to switch multiple jobs at the early stage of the career, uh, which was good. In a way, it provided me various flavors of the experiences across various conglomerate, various corporates. And then I realized that it's not necessary to keep hopping between the jobs and, settling down, understanding, giving, this thing. And that's how I kind of, took up other areas. And then I stayed with Reliance for more than 15 years. Today, I'm with a reputed brand of India, which is Tata. And I'm really proud that I've worked with Reliance. I'm working with Tata. So yeah, that's if I want to summarize the early stage of the career and today's situation.
It's really nice to hear from you, sir, that you have been very sharp and you knew what you want to do and you have done that, and that's what have been bringing you since here after ages. And any suggestion or any advice that you would like to give to yourself when you were in college, to the young Rupesh in college?
Sure. Before I go to that, I would like to also quote one more example of my career, which can be a good,
Sure.
point to quote. There was a 26th July incident wherein, there was rain across entire Mumbai, right? And all of us were stuck. Uh, I was working on that day, and obviously all of us had left early at that day. What happened after that on the next day? That was very interesting because there was water logging everywhere, and I was a little bit worried because I had my IT material which was being stored in a storage or the storeroom which was at the basement of the campus. And there was water logging that day. Obviously, when we all came out, we were not aware what will happen. The next day morning, when the rains subsided a little bit, the continuous thought process that was running in my mind, that what will happen to my IT material. Uh, I was not very able to detach myself from that. And I happened to, I took the decision to go out of my house, go to office. There was no public transport available. I went onto the highway. I took some lift. Somehow I reached to my office, and I went to the basement with the help of admin people who were there. And I saw to it that all my materials which were being stored are safe. Uh, that day, I got a call from my manager. He said that, are you foolish? I mean, what are you doing? Why you came to office? You should have not come to office. Not only that, I got a call from the super boss who was there, and he also inquired that, are you safe? It's okay if you come. Then I will ensure that, he ensured that I reach back home very safely. Two things I learned from there. One, obviously my enthusiasm pulled me to that level, and which continues to be, because it was my responsibility to ensure that the materials are being kept safe. What my managers did also is important for me, because that quality I learned from my managers, that it is important to ensure safety of your own reporting team, right? And they ensured, if in fact my super boss ensured that, I got a car to go back to my home, and he ensured to see to it that once I reach home, I inform that I'm safe. And that quality I took it from those people who were part of my early life of my career, that if my team is working late nights, if my team is working on certain projects, I should be ensuring that I'm standing with them. I should be ensuring that they are being taken care of. So yes, this kind of incidents really take you to places, because you learn from the attributes or the qualities of the people who are guiding you at the early stage of the career. So I'm really thankful to those mentors. I'm really thankful to those people who showed me this kind of ways of how to take care of your team. So that's part of the early stage of the career. Coming back to the advice to the people who are there in college, people who are studying. To be very honest, it's a Gen Z edge. So giving advice to somebody who are already well informed, the today's generation who are there in college, they know so much, they have exposure to so much media, so much information, that it's really difficult that you can really guide them. They are already guided by them. So when it comes to information, when it comes to knowledge, they have a lot of information available. What's not available is, the understanding about the work ethics, understanding about, what can be the guiding principle in the life. And that is something which they will realize only once they start working into the corporate world. And for that area, I mean, I can advise that, you know, the patience is a key. Obviously, there is in today's time, it's a fail fast, fail safe is a mantra, which I keep giving to my team also. It's whatever happens, you need to keep doing. Stagnant, you can't be a stagnant. So in this kind of fast world, sometimes it becomes, the restlessness takes over for the people who are early stage of the career. They become little impatient, and then they start thinking that the careers are not going in the right track. They start losing the confidence on themselves. So my advice to them, people who are at the early stage, who are just about the fresh graduates, believe in yourself. If you are doing good, I have something called as, the like Newton's law. I always believe in one law which I have formulated for myself, that like Newton's law, energy cannot be destroyed, energy cannot be created. Like that, I have a law which says that hard work never goes waste. You know, at point in time, you feel that your hard work is not being noticed. At point in time, you feel that you are working hard, but it's of no use. But I have seen that if you remain true to yourself, you will get a success for sure. So that's the mantra that I feel that everybody can follow in their life, that be true to yourself, give your best shot, and once you're given your best shot, then don't worry about the result. I mean, a result will automatically keep coming. If not this time, it will come next time.
I totally agree. So this was very motivating for us and for all the viewers as well, wherein they will also feel enthusiastic and look forward to the very sharp goals in their life and know what is to be done is to be done. Hard work is the key to success, and that is what is going to happen. Be it Gen Z or millennials, for everyone, hard work, I believe, is a key to success. So with that, I come to the very next question: how have been your leadership trails, helped you grow? Also, any best or worst part or any moments of your professional life that you would like to share with our viewers?
Okay, so first question first, leadership trait. As I mentioned, I have learned from the people around me, and that happens with probably everybody. I have, from my early stage of my career, being ambitious is my part of my life, and that has shaped a lot of things in my life. From a leadership quality perspective, as I mentioned, taking up the work and owning it end to end is the quality that I think is most important. Uh, Apart from that, when you manage large team, it's also important that how you deal with your team, how you take care of each and every person in your team. Because at the end of the day, when people go back from work and when people end their day, what they remember is not that the technicalities, not the detailing aspects of the work. What they remember is how their managers, how the people around them have behaved with them, right? And that carries a larger impression or the longer impression for the person, rather than being a very specific work oriented stuff which may go out of their brain. So I think giving them that positive environment is the most important thing, and then people can really create wonders for you. I think that if there is a quality of the people or the team who want to perform, then they would perform. It's just that you need to provide them the right set of guidance. I think also important that you need to be standing with them. I have seen various qualities of the leaders. Some people believe that let the team carry on by themselves, even if they need any guidance. Sometimes people don't get into that kind of guidance aspects to the team. I have seen then the detachment happens with the team. So it's important not to do micromanagement at the same time, but be available from the guiding point perspective with the team, so that you keep guiding them around the various aspects of the work. And that feels really comfortable for the team, because when they have the go-to person, when they have the go-to manager, they really can rely upon it. So you need to be that, pillar with them that, okay, don't worry, I'm here. If you feel confused with anything, come and talk with me, but do your best. That's the approach that I follow, as far as the leadership traits are concerned. I am sorry, I forgot the other question that you had.
So the best moments of your professional life that you recover.
Sure. So obviously, I would like to start with the best part, and obviously there are lows, high and lows, both covered in that. So I still remember around 5 6 years back when I was into infrastructure as overall background, and then I got an opportunity to lead a health insurance company. There was a health insurance company which was getting set up. I'm talking about the Reliance Health Insurance, and I was chosen to be, IT head for that. I remember my boss, who was the CEO, who he interviewed me, and then he told me that, look, I'm going to take you. And he didn't give me the CTO position directly. He said that, I'm going to test for the next 6 8 months. He ensured that, he confirmed to me that he's not going to get any other manager in between. But I was supposed to prove myself at that point in time, and that was a challenge which he threw. And we were setting up the completely insurance company, which is a digital insurance company. And I was new to insurance at that point in time. And the challenge that was thrown to me was set up the company right from the scratch. And like any other leader, he gave me the environment wherein I could take my decision. He stood by me. And I may say, if I look back, I mean, it sometimes looks like a wonders, because within 6 8 months, we all together, I may not say I, because it was, more of a team effort. We kind of formulated a team, which was, I entered into the company. We formed the entire IT team. We took certain decisions wherein, buy versus build. We took the decisions of outsourcing versus insourcing. And within this 8 months, 10 months of span of time, we were ready with the system, which was fully digital health insurance company, which was not having a single paper based processing. The complete processing, right from customer acquisition to customer servicing, the customer, service, entire, all the aspects of the entire insurance company were being driven through the digital insurance company. And I'm glad that I was responsible for setting up the entire tech stack of this company, right from bottom to the topmost layer of the company. And then I got, finally I got a role of CTO. I mean, he promoted me to CTO, and that's how I earned the CTO position. So being chief technology officer, who implemented fully digital in health insurance company, which was having best of, state of art technology, all the API based architecture, complete microservice architecture, ready to integrate with the partner. This was something which, if I look back from my career perspective, was the best moment of my life. And, I still cheer for that, that, okay, we as a team, we were all nimble team, we were all small team, and we worked as a startup environment, and we took this lot of bold decisions at that point in time. And we launched, I may so say, India's fully first digital health insurance company, who was not having any branches in the India, which was completely having paperless process, completely dependent on the technology. So this was the best moment of my life, wherein I could deliver that, and I could stood by the expectation of the management, and of my expectation, in fact. And from there on, I have done various other journeys, various other programs, and that confidence always helps me that, no matter whichever field that, or whichever sector that I may get into, if I give my best, I think I can crack it. So that's the best part of the life.
That's really great to hear, sir. And with that, when another question strikes my head, is what about your behavior that attracts people towards you?
I mean, ideally, this question should be asked to other people, not to me, because I will always have a biased opinion about myself. But if I so say, I think I have one aspect in my me is enthusiasm, curiosity. Generally, there are various type of people, right? So there are people who gauges you, doesn't speak too much, but they also have a great acumen to understand other side of the people. There are people who believe in talking. There are people who believe in exploring new people, exploring new places. I am one of those that, if you leave me in a room and if there are 15 people, I would be the one who would be taking initiative to understand every person in the room and trying to, get along with the people. Obviously, there are not no, you can't have a that right click with everybody, but at least I'll be the one who will take that initiative. So I think my curiosity, my positiveness among the life is something which I feel helps me to get along with many people in my life.
Great, great, sir. And who has been your role model and why?
Okay, so that's a good question, and it's a bit which is, because generally it depends on what part of the day, what frame of the time, you ask this question. People tend to have change in their answer. I mean, okay, let me tell you that for me, my role model obviously remains my mom, because whatever I am today, there are a lot of sacrifices that my mother has done, and I cannot forget that. From my early days of my childhood to my career, wherever I felt little confused, I felt little down in my life, my mom has been there. Now, obviously, that role, my mom is still there with me, and my wife who's helping me. So, two strong ladies in my life who have been, helping me to pass through any phase of my life. They always remain a special place at my heart. Apart from that, if I talk about the career aspects, I do follow a lot of celebrities in their life. I do try to follow how they behave, how they have come to, how they've passed through up and downs of their lives. I've seen personally the life of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. How he went through the lowest part of his life, and from where he has recovered. And that person understands the importance of professionalism. That person understands the importance of work ethics. So there are many people like that, whom I follow and I look up to them, and I try to take those attributes in my life.
Great, great, sir. So, is this like I would like to start with a quick rapid fire fun segment that our viewers would be enjoying, and I hope so you do. And we now have the fun segment, the rapid fire round, where you will give us a rapid, quick answers with one word answers or short answers that would go ahead. So, my first question is describe yourself in
Generally,
3 words.
after rapid fire, there comes a gift hamper. I mean, I'm sure I would be having something on a
Sure.
lighter note.
Yes. So, three words that you would like to describe yourself.
Quick, passionate, and leader.
Great. Any idea that have changed your life?
Sorry.
Any idea that have changed your life?
Uh, Understand others' perspective.
Great.
This is something, yeah.
Favorite city in the world?
Uh, from the one that I've visited, Dubai.
Great. And favorite cuisine or any favorite food that you would like any time of the day?
Dahi Puri.
Nice. That's my favorite too. Favorite item, favorite time of the day. Like, are you a day person or a night person? How?
So I'm more of a night person. So yeah, night person. I miss. Yeah.
Okay. And Mumbai or Dubai?
Obviously Mumbai. I mean, I'm living in Mumbai, so I would say Mumbai. But yeah, Dubai is a well structured city. So I am quite amazed by various architecture and various
The
infrastructure that they have done.
infrastructure.
Yeah,
Great. So, sir, fill in the blanks. Life is incomplete without.
without family.
Great, great. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing about your life and your journey. It surely was inspiring and resonate with our viewers who are watching this cutting chai stories. Thank you for all who have joined in on this call and also our viewers for enjoying the conversation. Stay tuned for many more cutting chai stories in this upcoming series of ETH Cutting Chai. Thank you very much.
Thank you.